appliance.
We are witnessing flexing perfection. Another big win for Team California.
The power is ours.
Just like there's a reason Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. Injured? With over $25 billion recovered for our clients, there's a reason to go big.
It's a school zone, Bush. Easy, Rowdy.
Hey, Dad, maybe Mom can do carpool next time.
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
A car that doesn't make everyone feel like a priority is a car that stops short of amazing. At the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event, get offers on select models.
Right now at 6, new details after a home in Woodland Hills was burglarized. NBC4 investigates why going after people accused of the crime is an uphill battle.
Plus, progress continues to be made tonight on the Canyon fire. A live update on conditions right now with thousands still evacuated. Plus, Melissa.
And Kathy, temperatures are still in the 90s and the triple digits. The heat alerts have been extended. We've got the details coming up with your first alert forecast.
NBC4 News at 6 starts with breaking news.
And at breaking news tonight at 6, hundreds of firefighters continue to fight the Canyon fire that's burning in parts of L.A. and Ventura counties. Good evening once again, everyone. I'm Colleen Williams.
I'm Kathy Vara. Michael has a night off. Now, this started east of Lake Piru, and NBC4 has been bringing you live updates since the very beginning.
Crews did make some progress out there today. Containment of this fire now stands at 25%. Fortunately, no homes have been damaged or destroyed, but more than 2,000 people are still under mandatory evacuation orders.
NBC4's Alex Rosier joining us live from Castaic tonight with the latest. Alex.
Kathy and Colleen, I want to give you a bit of a landmark right now of where this fire is burning. You can see Six Flags Magic Mountain in the distance in Santa Clarita, but most of the homes that are threatened are over here in Castaic. We're right off of Hasley Canyon Road. You can see that the Highway Patrol has a bit of a roadblock here, but the good news is conditions have improved. You can see in the far distance here, the skies are blue. Yesterday, that was a big plume of smoke, so there is some relief amongst the people here, but fire crews say they're not out of the woods just yet. Today, progress on the Canyon fire.
Happy to report we've got 25% containment on the fire.
More than 400 firefighters fighting flames from the air and ground, tackling this fire that started east of Lake Piru Thursday. So far, no homes have burned. What were the fire crews doing in the last 24 hours to make so much progress?
So a combination of well-coordinated attacks, laying in retardant from the air with fixed-wing aircraft, going in with dozers and hand crews to put in fire line.
Fire crews have made a lot of ground in this firefighting effort, and that's why so many people lined up today at different roadblocks trying to get back home. If you look right up there, you can see part of the burn zone, and it burned dangerously close to several homes in Castaic, including these homes in the Hasley Estates, which is where Kasha Jones lives.
We started talking about, okay, what do we do if we find out it's gone? You imagine watching the Palisades fires and feeling so bad for all those people, and now thinking, might be our turn to watch the news, you know, saying my street, Hasley Canyon. I got really close, really scary.
In neighboring Santa Clarita, people were keeping a close eye on this fire too. Many also relieved returned to work and school at this complex in Valencia today. But it was also here we saw a lot of wildlife, even a coyote staying a safe distance from the fire zone. Though firefighters are making progress, it's still dry, hot, and a bit windy, a potential recipe for more flames.
We are still being vigilant. There is still a significant risk. So our mission is to protect life and property, and we're going to do everything we can to bring this fire under control as quickly as we can.
But as we come back out live, here's some good news. As you look in the far distance, the blue skies tonight and not that big plume of smoke we were seeing about 24 hours ago. Officials say right now this fire is burning mainly in a remote area, only power lines. But as you heard from officials, they are not backing down and they want you to remain vigilant. 2,700 people still have mandatory evacuation orders, and they are urging everyone who has been asked to evacuate to follow the order. We're live at Castaic. I'm Alex Rozier, NBC4 News.
Alex, thank you. And of course, the dry conditions certainly not helping, and the hot weather is not leaving us anytime soon.
Meteorologist Melissa McGee joins us once again to talk about our first alert forecast.
Yeah, we're hot and dry right through our weekend. So I want to give you the latest in terms of the observation data close to the Canyon fire. Kathy and Colleen, as you're tracking conditions on this Friday evening, Hasley Canyon, you can see we've got a temperature of 91 degrees, relative humidity in at 26%. Piru Canyon Road, the temperature knocked down to 90 degrees, but you look at the wind direction for both sides coming in from the south and west and drifting off to the north and east. So more than likely seeing a little bit of smoke right along the 5 and for areas just to the north of Santa Clarita, and smoke drifting to the north of Valencia. But if you're in that area, the air quality is certainly poor. If you the smoke or ash, remain indoors, close your windows, run the air purifiers, circulate some of that air. If you have to go outside, keep it brief. Use an N95 or a P100 mask to keep yourself safe. Aside from the air quality that we're tracking, heat alerts that were supposed to expire tonight have actually been extended. Now they will not come down until 8 p.m. on Monday. So the orange, that's a heat advisory for Inland Orange County and the Inland Empire. And then we've got an extreme heat warning for the Coachella Valley. You can see why. Look at these numbers: 96 Santa Clarita, 99 San Bernardino, and 102 there in areas in Victorville. So we will continue to monitor the conditions across our region. Also keep a close eye on the air quality concerns across the area. Coming up with your first alert forecast. Kathy, back to you.
Melissa, thank you. We will continue to track the latest on the Canyon fire throughout the evening. For the latest news and updates, download the NBCLA app. There you can find a map showing the latest evacuation zones.
Tonight, NBC4 Investigates has learned prosecutors have filed felony charges against 2 men suspected of breaking into a Woodland Hills home and then leading police on a high-speed chase. Our investigative reporter Eric Leonard joins us live in the newsroom with an update on this. Eric?
Hi, Colleen. Well, the most serious count here is residential burglary, and police tell us it took an enormous effort to bring the charge. As we reported earlier this week, the men here are accused of, or the men that are accused here were under police surveillance when this break-in took place. And this is all part of the law enforcement response to all of these home break-ins that have left many residents in Encino and across the valley uneasy. The criminal complaint we saw today accuses these men of first-degree residential burglary. It took place while the homeowners were inside their house, charged with vandalism and fleeing police during that chase. This is the back window of the home in Woodland Hills, smashed during the Tuesday morning burglary. The men didn't know they were being tailed by undercover detectives who previously suspected these men were involved in some of those recent burglaries across the San Fernando and San Gabriel valleys. There was a high chase down the 110 freeway. It ended in a 58th and Wall Streets when the men were in hit a parked car. The men were caught after a short chase and search of the neighborhood. Now, police tell us it remains very difficult to successfully prosecute burglars without clear video or an eyewitness, which is why these detectives have been following around suspected thieves and waiting to see what they do. The LA County DA's office told us this afternoon it's filed nearly 800 felony residential burglary cases this year alone. Back to you in the studio.
Eric Leonard, thank you. $1 billion. That's how much the Trump administration is telling UCLA to pay to settle claims over anti-Semitism. The administration making that demand today as a result of allowing pro-Palestinian protests on campus last year. This new penalty, by far the largest ever demanded of a university, is a blow to the entire UC system. The proposal also requires an elimination of diversity scholarships, federal oversight over protest rules and admissions records. Governor Newsom says he will defend the school.
Donald Trump today is trying to silence academic freedom. He's attacking one of the most important public institutions in the United States of America, one of the finest institutions of higher learning in the world. We will not be complicit in this kind of attack.
Today's news comes as the Trump administration cut an estimated $500 million in research grants to the university. UCLA also recently agreed to a $6 million settlement with Jewish students who were victims of the campus protests.
Astronaut Jim Lovell has passed away. He was the first astronaut to go into space 4 times, but he's probably best known as a commander of that near-tragic Apollo 13 mission to the moon. That mission was intended to be NASA's 3rd moon landing, but instead, disaster struck when one of the oxygen tanks exploded. Despite the odds, the crew returned safely home. According to NASA, Jim Lovell spent a total of 750 hours in orbit during his career. He was 97 years old.
Coming up next at 6 is all fun and games until you can't get out. We're going to show you how this woman ended up stuck inside an arcade.